welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Elena Vega, the president of CoMo Preservation, and Matt Fetterly, the secretary of CoMo Preservation. How are you both?
Great. Thanks for having us.
We're good. Thank you so much.
Very good. Okay, Elena, I know you're kicking us off. Tell us about CoMo Preservation.
CoMo Preservation is a relatively new nonprofit in Columbia, and we are focused on historic preservation. We are all about saving our buildings, spaces, and places that we love here in Columbia. And then I'm going to turn it over to Matt, our local historian, our secretary, and he's on our board.
Okay.
Yeah, we are very new, just a couple years under our belts. That's pretty baby as far as nonprofits go. And yeah, our focus is really preserving the architectural legacy, the buildings and structures that make up Columbia. Columbia is kind of unique in that it's a really old town as far as Missouri is concerned, but our historic architecture really comes in spots. We have the quad, and we have some stuff downtown. But a lot of our architecture in Columbia has been essentially cannibalized, if you read our history books, by our campuses, by MU, by Stevens College, by Columbia College, and by the economic success that it brings. As people tear down old houses to build student housing apartment complexes, as academic buildings sometimes come to the end of their lifespan, things get replaced. And so if you contrast Columbia to a lot of other towns in Missouri, Jeff City, Hannibal, St. Joseph, we look a lot different. And to me, that makes what we still have all the more special. And it's high time that a group like ours came along to really value it and bring the attention to it it deserves and help people, if possible, preserve, and institutions preserve what they have so that there can be that continuity to the past, that sense of place that makes Columbia so special that I know we all love.
Yeah, we do. And I mean, who doesn't love a great historic building? I do. I don't know. I do love hearing about the history of places. So, Elena, tell me what kinds of things does CoMo Preservation do? Like, do you have meetings once a month? Do you get together and say, hey, I passed this building and I think we need to learn more about it? Like, how does it work?
We have so many great ideas. We've started a website. Our webmaster is Dee, who's also our treasurer. And we have a wonderful website. We have a history blog on our website. We also have a blog about things that are going on. And so Matt just did a presentation for us in August about an architect who built several buildings, designed several buildings that are on the Francis Quadrangle on campus at MU. And upcoming, we have people from the Orr Street Studios. They're going to talk to us about the changeover from the transition from old warehouses on Orr Street to now the Orr Street Studios, which is such a fabulous place. It's such a great use of an old location. And then we have John Ott, who's going to talk to us about his history with preserving historic buildings. And he has worked out in Rocheport, and he's also worked on a lot of buildings here in Columbia. So he's going to have a lot of stories to tell. So these are events that we have for free in the library, in the Friends Room. In this month, in September, we're actually going to meet in the Children's Room at the library because we needed to switch our date to Monday, which is Monday the 23rd. And then Tuesday, October 22nd is when John Ott is coming to speak to us. And Tuesday, November 19th, we're going to hear from Zachary Dowdle about the construction of the University of Missouri. And he's done some research about the history about that. So we're really excited to have all these speakers, and it's a great opportunity for people to come and hear about all the history of our architecture in Columbia. And then we have wonderful tours. So Diana O'Brien, our previous president of our group, it does tours about theaters, the history of theaters here in Columbia. And her next one is going to be October 26th and also on November 16th. So people can go to our website and sign up. And then we have a tour of Greenwood that is sold out in September. But we want to do it again in October. And it's incredible. It's one of the oldest houses in Columbia. And then we have a landscape highlights a stroll through the old southwest of Columbia. And that is going to be Saturday the 21st from 9:30 to 11:30, and we have a few spots left.
Okay.
We hope
How large are those tours typically?
It all depends on the tour guide.
Okay.
And they tell us how comfortable they are, what number of people they're comfortable with. And so there are still openings for the tour of the landscape in the Old Southwest. So people can go online and find some possibilities to join that tour.
Okay. And just for anybody who's listening and not watching, your website is comopreservation.org.
Yes.
Okay. And so we can find all those events there. We can sign up for the tours that still have slots open.
Yes.
And we can maybe say, hey, would you bring that one back? The one that was already full.
Yes. Yes. That's our hope, is to have it again. And then we also want to do a ghost tour. And then we also want to do a tour of the Avenue of the Columns.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Go from column to columns to columns.
Yeah, I like it. A ghost tour in October sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt, you're a historian.
I am. I work out professionally at the Boone County Historical Society, and I also freelance. And then I serve on the board of this historical organization and kind of have my fingers in some other historical pies around town. Okay,
understood. So if there is somebody listening who loves history, who loves the kinds of things that you guys also love, is there a membership? Is there an opportunity to join you? How does that work?
Yes, there is a membership. It's very inexpensive. It's only $20.
And $20?
$20
a year?
A year.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so incredible. And there's just so many opportunities to volunteer.
Yeah.
We have actually joined with a group called Midwest Studios, and our members can take lessons, learn how to use their video equipment. It's really incredible, the opportunities that we're giving people. And we have people who are taking photos of buildings downtown, so we can match them up with a before an old photo with a current photo. So just so many great opportunities. We have the really, really cool thing that we're going to have a student who's taking a course, and he's going to do some research for us.
Okay.
On 3 buildings.
Yeah, we're working on a QR code project so we can publicize the history of some of our great buildings downtown, so that when you're walking on the sidewalk, you can scan that and go to our website, comopreservation.org.
That is really smart. I like that. And then maybe it'll tell me why U's look like these on old buildings.
I'll try to get that in there.
Please add it in, because it is something that I've always wondered. So add that in there. I'll be the first person to scan.
Done.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.